I purchased this Nissan Rogue for $3,500, and I'm going to show you everything I did to the inside and the outside to clean it up and then flip it for profit. At the end of this video, I'll break it all down so you guys can see how much I truly made on cleaning up this car. So if you are new, hit that subscribe button down below, give this video a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get started with cleaning up the inside and outside. The first thing we need to do is we're going to wash this thing. We're going to clean inside the gas cap door. We're going to clean inside the door jambs. We're going to clean the entire outside to make this thing look a ton better than it was when it showed up, with all the tree sap, all of the dirt just caked in every single part of this vehicle. Now for the wheels, I'm using Mint Shine Wheel Cleaner to scrub the wheels themselves along with the tires and inside those fender wells to get them completely cleaned. And then sometimes with the stubborn brake dust that embeds inside those spoked areas, I use my cone drill brush to agitate a little bit further, and it pretty much just buffs it right off. Now if you're wondering where you can pick up this colored foam, I have 3 different colors that I sell over at foxclean.com. I will have it linked in the description box below for you to check out, along with a coupon code so you guys can save, and definitely stock up on your spring essentials. All of your detailing products can be picked up over there, so that way you guys can take care of your vehicle and make sure it is looking perfect all summer. Now that the outside's done, the first thing I always do is pull the seats to get a good look underneath them and just get more working area for cleaning this thing up. And it makes sense why this car was so cheap when I picked it up at auction.
Reboot, I'm cold red, my service automated, like data running through my veins. Got you distracted, subconscious overloaded. Careful, don't pull the cord on me. No time to stay around. Keep walking till you get out of my face. Regrets, restricted access. I'm used to fly to get up here.
Now when it comes to vacuuming, I've always used Vac Masters in the past, but with the new Mighty, it has actually got a vacuum attachment as well, and it's got these really cool sock filters that make it a lot easier to clean up, and it just has a lot more capacity and a lot more suction power than the vacuums I used in the past. Now when it comes to any fabric or carpet inside the vehicle, inside my sprayer for my pre-extraction fluid, I have 2 scoops of BioBrake and 1 scoop of OxyClean. This is a great combo product that I have found that works the best, especially for some of these super nasty cars, because one, it helps break down all that dirt and kind of lift it to the surface for my extractor, but it also leaves the carpet smelling wonderful.
I won't waste my love on your heart. Sorry, 'cause I can't get what I want, and I don't need you. Discharging, I can't waste my time when someone's slowing me down. So high, I'm floating, I'm shining in my prime. Start rolling over 'cause you can't take my crown. I'll always be tapping off the ground. My crown. I'll always be tapping off the ground. Can't take my crown. Can't take my crown. Can't take my crown.
About to leave, already packing.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed at this point, I kind of stopped extracting that first floor mat because I noticed that it's just so caked in embedded dirt that the only thing I can really do is agitate them and then take them out and pressure wash them, and then after they're done being pressure washed, extract all of the excess liquid inside those floor mats and then let them sit out and dry completely.
Get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's be free. not looking back. Eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde. A classic cliche, we're on the run. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out.
Now for all the interior panels, plastic panels, cup holders, all that fun stuff, I'm using Mint Shine all-purpose cleaner, my microfiber towels, along with detailing brushes to get into all those nooks and crannies, along with steam, because this car was heavily smoked in. It's just got grease everywhere. I don't even know how you get this much grease on the center console, but the steam cleaner is the only way that that grease is going to get pretty much melted, loosened up, so that way it can be cleaned up completely. Now these headlights are yellowed, and all I'm using is a circular polisher. This is my mini one, along with just a medium stiffness foam pad, and then I'm using a finishing polish because we're not trying to remove any of the deep scratches because there's really not a whole lot of scratching to it. We're just trying to remove that yellowing that's on this first, thin layer of the plastic itself. So once it's buffed completely, I'm cleaning it off with a little isopropyl alcohol after the second buffing pass. And then I'm just going to be ceramic coating the headlights to protect them and keep them from fading for at least 5 years, because this is a high-end plastic ceramic coating. Now, I get questions all the time about why do I pull the seats out of the cars and everything else, and this is exactly why. When you're extracting this much amount of fabric, you know, the carpets inside the car themselves are enough work, but the seats, you know, just from a back braking standpoint, it allows you to make sure those get completely cleaned and also just be a little bit more thorough and ensure that you're not going to hurt yourself and just be exhausted by the end of the detail. Now with the seats completely cleaned, I want to show you how much fluid was pulled out of all of the fabric and all the carpets of this car. It is one of my favorite things about this new Mighty workstation extractor, is because I can hold this much fluid, 3 full 5-gallon buckets essentially. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, I want to break down the exact cost and how much profit I made on this Nissan Rogue. Now I picked it up for $3,500, which some might think is maybe a little bit more expensive than I paid for it. It only had 85,000 miles on it, so it wasn't super old and super worn out yet. From a tax standpoint and fees, I paid $405, and then for other miscellaneous registration, things like that, I paid another $150. But when you break it down, after the sold price of $5,400, I profited a total of $1,345 on this Nissan Rogue for just a day's worth of work. So I think it was well worth it. If you guys like these sort of videos, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and go ahead and comment down below if you've ever flipped the car. Let me know how much profit you made.